Good morning. Today is one of my very favorite days of the year. Today is our once annual child sponsorship, Sunday, when we, when we home in on Naomi's Village in the Holy Spirit-filled mission work that the Lord is using to transform lives and bring hope to the children of Kenya. I want to share what Naomi's Village is, why it exists, and how they are working toward accomplishing their mission, and how we at St. Anne's are engaged in this mission as church partners. Naomi's Village is a ministry located in rural Kenya that serves orphans and vulnerable children. The mission of Naomi's Village is to provide all that is necessary for every child at every age so that they will grow up to be world changers for the glory of God. They are raising a generation of compassionate leaders that will help bring an end to systemic corruption and the generational poverty crisis in Kenya. To that end, they are very intentional about providing holistic care that addresses every aspect of a child's development. Research-driven and Kenyan-led, every child is being led by Kenyans to be excellent Kenyans. The ministry has 5 programs: a children's home, an early childhood program for community children, LEAP Preschool for 3 and 4-year-olds, Cornerstone K-12 Academy, all serving orphans and vulnerable children. Lastly, a community development program that directly serves 340 families and indirectly serves thousands. From birth to young adulthood, they currently serve 550 children, and 225 Kenyans are employed, and 18 Cornerstone graduates are pursuing higher education in Kenya and the U.S. And that's all since opening the children's home in 2011. Every child in the ministry has their own unique story that God is continuing to write. Once a year, St. Anne's highlights this ministry on Sponsorship Sunday. You can become an important part of a child's story of redemption through child sponsorship. The operating budgets for each of the 5 ministries I just named are funded through child sponsorship. Child sponsorship provides nutritious food, that's 6 days a week, 2 meals, 2 snacks, clothing, clean water, electricity, healthcare, education, transportation to and from school, discipleship, spiritual care, counseling, sports, and field trips. What is necessary for traumatized children, vulnerable children, to not only heal, but also to thrive, to grow up to be change agents in their community and in their country. 6 years ago, the Mendances, the founders of Naomi's Village, made their first trip to St. Anne's and to the wider community in Annapolis to share their inspiring story. And since that time, more and more of you parishioners have become part of the Naomi's Village story as sponsors of the beautiful children who the Lord calls by name. And there are so many of you in this room today that I saw walk through the doors, and I know that Naomi's Village is so grateful for your loving kindness. In this ministry of relationship and compassion, 36 St. Anne's parishioners are sponsoring through sharing their blessings with 50 children at Naomi's Village. And for the past 5 years, St. Anne's has been part of Helen Wangui's story of redemption, covering the annual cost of her school fees. There is more information about Helen on our church website. Sponsors receive regular communication about the child through photos, and videos so you can see their growth and celebrate their victories. Believe me, those of us who have served in Kenya on mission trips, we know that the children know you by name, and they are praying for you. These children and their families are all about prayer, and they are giving thanks to God, really and truly, that you are sharing your blessings with them. Each January, 50 children are enrolled at LEAP Preschool for 3 and 4-year-olds, and the 3-year-olds need to be launched. Each one has been assessed to determine their level of need, their health status, and their readiness for preschool. So children are grouped into 5 classes of 10, and when all 10 students in a group have been fully sponsored, they can begin school. Happily, there are 4 classes that have already started school over the last several months because they're fully sponsored. What does that mean? It costs $250 a month per child to raise and educate a child in the village. Sponsors can give any amount that fits their budget, and Naomi's Village suggests amounts for sponsorship at $50, $75, $125, or in full at $250 a month. Your generosity, your love, and your prayers will transform the lives of these children and change the lives for their families for generations. In the back of the church, we have a table set up, and you can see on the table pictures of the 7 children remaining who need to be sponsored in order to get that last group of 10 in school. And your support will help them get fed, get them in the classroom, and get them on the playground. Please let me know if you would like to participate in the Naomi's Village. Townsend and Carol and Caroline will also be in the back. So just to let you know, we take mission trips in our ministry that supports this ministry in Kenya. We gather for fellowship, and recently we were communicating to the children by writing 160 Easter cards. And we gather to pray for the kids, and really the whole congregation, gosh, you can help us mobilize to send a team in 2026 for our next mission trip. If you're in a hurry, please just leave your contact information. There's some white cards on the table or a sign-in sheet. If you know you want to sponsor a child, just fill out a form with the child's name, and we can follow up later for financial information. Or you can just use the QR code on the child card for the specific child that you would like to sponsor. Come and see what great things the Lord is doing in Kenya through Naomi's Village and through all of your support. Thanks be to God.